Well, Paul, thanks for being here, and thanks so much for helping this family.
It's my pleasure, Dr. Phil.
You don't believe this was a suicide?
Dr. Phil, the first thing you have to do in these cases is what we call look at the victimology. What's going on in the victim's life at the time of their death? Is there a motive for someone to kill her? Is there a motive for her to commit suicide? I'm often involved in these cases, and I'm asked to render an opinion. And more often than not, I got to tell people, hey, I'm sorry, but they committed suicide. I want to tell you, in this case, there's nothing that indicates to me that this woman committed suicide.
Well, she could well have been feeling very badly that this child was injured on her watch.
Yes.
That this man that she loves, she's charged with his child, he hurts himself. It's apparent that he's not doing well. Things are not, she could have felt terribly guilty about that and said, I've ruined everything, I'm going to take my own life. That's a possibility.
I agree 100% with you, but we have a problem with that theory. And the problem is she has a sister who she is as closest to as anybody in the world. They converse daily, they text daily, they email daily. Her sister didn't hear anything like that. Becky was a very responsible, adult-type person, very mature. I think she had a good handle on this thing. Did she feel some responsibility? Absolutely. It happened while she was watching the child. Did she feel responsible for this child's injuries? She did not.
Well, it's not just your opinion, because we've seen the text and some of the text, and I can tell you from a forensic psychology standpoint, her state of mind would have had to dramatically, radically change between the time that she talked to you and the text message was sent to the time that she says, I'm going to kill myself. And in that time, she would have had to generate an incredibly elaborate scenario to kill herself. I mean, this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment thing. If she did this, she had to go buy rope. She had to figure out how to tie knots and do all of these things. And there's just nothing in her background that suggests to us that she had that skill set, that mindset, that point of view to do this and to do it in the way she did it. To me, that's a large inconsistency, which is why I agree with the forensic psychiatrist in terms of saying there are real inconsistencies here. And I hate to bring this up because it's just insensitive to say, but you believe that if she had fallen 9 feet with this gauge of rope and her body weight and the velocity she would have gained at that time, that the injuries would have been much more severe?
They would have been horrific. Americans are expert at hanging, okay? We've got it down to a science. And there's based on weight and how far they need to fall to break their neck. She fell way beyond that. She should have had, at the very least, a broken neck. Now, is it possible that she still doesn't get that? It's possible, I suppose. The problem is you have to go back to victimology. And this is so elaborate that it doesn't pass the smell test. It stinks. No woman, I've never seen a female tie herself up in an elaborate way like this, bind her feet, tie her hands behind her back, stuff a shirt in her mouth. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so staged.
And Paul, I'm playing devil's advocate here, obviously, but you're exactly right. So if someone was going to kill someone and make it look like a suicide, why in the world would they bind their feet, put their hands behind their neck, wrap a T-shirt around, and stuff it in their mouth? If I'm going to try to make something look like a suicide, that is the last set of circumstances I'm going to create.
Well, Dr. Phil, most murderers are idiots, and that's why they get caught. And in this particular case, whoever did this is an idiot, and they're going to get caught because they went to this listen, if you're going to hang yourself, tie them up in a closet, garage, basement, let them be clothed, and just do it. Walk away from it. There's almost always a chair involved. This is so crazy that this woman would bail off the balcony. And you're right, you hit it earlier, the daughter of missionaries. And I've had a lot of experience with people like this. There's just not a chance in hell she's going to expose her body publicly. And the cheap shots that have been taken against her, she was in great shape, she was a good athlete, she wanted to show off her body one last time. That's such nonsense, I could hardly stand it. That's the last thing that would happen in a case like this.
We'll be right back.